Welcome SAO survivors to This Week in SAO for all your weekly SAO Online news. Now, we have a lot of stuff on SAO Online Last Recollection, the next and the final game in the SAO Gameverse upcoming this year. A trailer, huge story reveals, gameplay previews, and a whole lot more, but we'll get to it in a minute, because I still do have my regular schedule to follow through with these kinds of things. We're starting with anime news, which there are none of. So we're moving straight to Abeshi's new art book, SAO Online Abeshi Artworks New World, that is going to be released on February 10 in Japan, has had its cover revealed. It is an absolutely beautiful illustration, and during the last week's Kawara Reki channel stream, we also had two illustration previews from inside the book. Now, one is a really nice Shinon illustration, nothing to say about it. The other one is Abeshi's drawing of Star King Kirito. This is basically our first time properly seeing it. We're not exactly sure whether that's just Abeshi's own interpretation or if it actually means something in the context of series, because the more you look at the picture, the more symbols of death that you're seeing. The flowers there, the crow, etc. It is quite the interesting one. But again, we don't know the context that Abeshi has drawn this on, so don't go too wild with your theories. Next up, on January 22nd, we had Layla's birthday, the original character from Variant Showdown. She has quickly become a fan favorite among the crowds, and of course we had our special illustration for her on the official SAO Online Games website, Beader's Cafe, which is an absolutely beautiful illustration as usual. Now we're moving on straight to the games from here. SAO Online Last Recollection, the continuation of Illustration Licorice, that is going to be finalizing the Gameverse. It's going to be the War of Underworld portion of the Illustration saga in SAO games. We had a new key visual showcasing all these characters like falling down, not sure what that signifies, but Kirito, Yujiro, and Alice are in their new uniforms. Asuna, Leaf, and Shinon are in their goddess outfits, and we also see Dorothy, the new character from the Dark Territory, a Dark Knight, who will be participating, at least starting the story, as the Dark Territory envoy that is coming to the Human Empire for peace negotiations, which we assume to be based on, Shasta's ambitions. Vixurul Shasta, the commander of the Dark Knights, who is the highest ranking officer in the entire Dark Territory at that point, who has heard about Queen Ella's demise and is now looking for a peace treaty, as you will recognize from the main canon. Now, how do I know that? Because we also had a quite lengthy story trailer this time around that specifically highlights Dorothy being the ambassador, and it seems like the members of the Human Empire do not immediately trust this attempt at negotiation. They feel like this may be a trap. However, this may also be misleading editing on the side of the trailers. Can happen quite often, but so far it seems like, Shasta is trying to bring these two lands together as he wanted to in the main canon before his demise. However, the Human Empire is naturally skeptical towards the Dark Territory, where the only rule is the law of power that they have over there. But that's one of the things I am more interested in. I really do hope they do not kill off Shasta early on, or ever for that matter, so we can get to see a bit more of him on screen. They have this history with Berkuli that the anime absolutely did not care for, but it was very intriguing in the light novels. We get to see it. We seem to be getting to see a payoff on that one in the trailer as well, so I'm really looking forward to Shasta actually surviving the entire ordeal. As mentioned, the goddess confirmations for the main trio, Asuna, Lifa, and Shinon. We have the confirmation for Pooh, a new Dark Territory character, and we actually do hear Gabe's voice in the trailer as well. So it's gonna be interesting whether they tie this into the event in Fatal Bullet's final DLC or not. But again, all of this, well, we have basic combat gameplay trailer as well as the new weapon type Scythe being previewed in gameplay. We have the synopsis translated, you can read it by pausing here. But all of this I will talk about at a later date, potentially next week, because I am terribly busy with university right now, which is exactly why I am trying to breeze through content in this week in SAO in the first place. Everything we have received, trailer, gameplay previews, the key visual, I will link down below the like button in the description, so you can check them out right now. It's just that my main comments about this is going to be sometime later, so make sure to subscribe. You know, I will dive deeper into the trailer because we have some really nice stuff over there, but you will need to wait a bit. I hope you understand. Moving over to Variant Showdown, for the 2 million downloads campaign, we are basically getting 600 gems. In fact, if you have logged in the past 3 days, you have already completed this one. But it's a 3-day daily login bonus where you receive 200 gems each day. The Behemoth event received its extra hard mode earlier last week, and that extra difficulty has higher drop rates for the Undine Asuna character crystals. So if you're still trying to, you know, collect them, unlock the character, it's better off you do that. But do remember, the event is ending tomorrow, so you have a little bit over 24 hours to actually do everything you want to do with it and get a high rank. Now, chances are the Asuna Crystal will return in future events as well. They clearly designed that as a stretch goal for players. But, you know, when you have that higher drop rate chance, it's better off actually using it. Last one for Variant Showdown, we also received a new main story part where we're finalizing our encounter against the fake Pooh. And that seems like the chapter 1 of the story seems to be concluding with this one. Maybe we'll get an epilogue, maybe we'll move on to the next chapter, but it's gonna be interesting to see where it goes from here. The fake Pooh seems to be repelled quite hard, but I'm imagining he's gonna return because he was all over the place with the pre-release showcases and the like. I don't think that story thread is over, but it seems like we will be diving a little bit more into Epsilon's mystery, the developer of the game, and we'll see where we go from there. That's an entirely different topic. Last but not least, Integral Factor, because last week Monday, Sword Art Online Unleashed Blading has officially shut down, so no more news on that. With Integral Factor, we received the Floor 63 story. It's again an event-sized floor. It's not a full-sized floor, so without a boss fight. And the story is a neat one revolving around Sachi, who had a dream of her main canon counterpart, and it kind of leads her on this path of self-discovery where we're trying to support her with whatever it is she's trying to discover. As usual, with a new floor, we have Daily Dungeons +1 as well as double XP from Character Quest to support your character to level up. There's a new Good Fortune order featuring Yuki, Asuna, Egil, and Lifa. A surprising one to feature Egil out of nowhere. That's really nice. Appreciate it. There's a mod step-up order where all 4-star skills that's gonna drop are limited to mod skills. So if you're looking for mod skills, you know, go pull it. The entire list of characters you can just check in the notice board and the order page specifically. And last but not least, we have a new Integral Factor stream scheduled for January 27 to talk about the future of content in Integral Factor as usual. That is all the news from last week in regards to Sword Art Online, and I hope to see you all next week when I am not this busy at the university. Now I'm just gonna say stay cool and go back to doing some work. But I would have preferred getting bisected in half by Quinella instead.